Next up, we have bristle brushes. So these allow us to create strokes with the appearance of a natural brush with bristles, as if you were painting. So if you picture all the mini paintbrushes available to an artist, some have long wispy hair, some are short and hard, some are fanned out, and they all have a specific reason. So using this will create vector paths with the bristle brush applied to them. We'll start by adjusting the options for a brush first, and then we're going to paint with them. So in the past, we've been able to modify brush strokes after we've made them, but with the bristle brushes, it's almost always best to set it up first. So adjust your brush settings prior to painting. The reason is that you're going to see this is going to lay down a lot of strokes, a lot of paths, and updating it can be really slow and potentially crash things. So bristle brushes set them up first. All right, let's go back to our brush panel and let's show our bristle brushes and unshow our art brushes. So we just have two right now. We have, well, the basic is always there, but we have the mop brush. So we're going to double click on the thumbnail of the mop brush, and we're going to do some editing and create our own brush now. We're going to name this one Flat Fan, and then we're going to change some things here. So in the size, we're going to go down to 3 millimeters. This is the size, the diameter of the brush. So if you can picture actual paint brushes, this will help you. Bristle length, 150 is our default. This is the bristle length, starts at the point where the bristles meet the handle, so how long they are. Bristle density, 33% is the default. It's the number of bristles in a specified area of the brush snack. So is it really dense or are they very thin and spread out? Bristle thickness, we're going to bring this one down to 50%. This is, it can vary from fine to coarse, so from 1% to 100%. The paint opacity at 75% is default. This option lets us set the opacity of the paint that we're using, which makes sense. And then stiffness, 50% is the default. It refers to the rigidity of the bristles. So if you can picture some that haven't been washed out and they're hard because they dried that way, that can help you understand flexible to rigid. From here, we're just going to say OK. And we've now have it called the Flat Fan. By the way, there are libraries. We could have gone there to get some as well. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to use this mop brush that we just did, which is now called the Flat Fan. We're going to draw some smoke above the chimney. So we're first going to zoom in to the chimney on our artboard here. So the area above the chimney, right in here. And we're going to grab our selection tool and we're going to click to select the chimney. The only reason we're doing this, switch to the layer panel, is that activated the layer that the chimney artwork is on, and we want our smoke that we're going to be drawing in to be on that same layer. So by selecting it, we activated the proper layer. From here, we can actually click away to deselect. Or click there to deselect. All right. We are going to go back and we're going to click on our brush tool and we're going to come over and grab the brush that we just made, the Flat Fan, and we're going to make sure that we have in our properties panel no fill. Our stroke color should be white. Our stroke size should be 4 points. And that's all we're going to do. Now we're going to start over the top of the chimney and we're going to drag up and kind of make an S shape like that. Now, if you're not entirely happy with where it showed up, undo it and start again. So there's my first smoke. Zoom out a little bit here. And then we're going to go back and we're going to do a few more of these. Try to make it look kind of natural. All right, if we wanted to change the color of a couple of these, the first thing we're going to do is just go into outline mode. It's going to make it a little bit easier to see these 4 lines that I drew in. And with our selection tool, I'm going to select one. I have the one that I just did selected, but I might even grab another one. So I have 2 of the 4 of them selected. I'm going to go back into regular view. So you can see that I have 2 of the 4 of them selected, and I'm just going to change the color of these 2. So I'm going to choose light gray instead. And now we have some light gray and some white strokes. To select all of those and put them together, I'm going to do select, object. Oops, I need to deselect that and just select one. Select, object, and I want to select those that have bristle brush strokes. And that's going to grab the 4 that are made with the bristle brush. And I'm going to group them. And then I'm also going to go and I'm going to change the opacity of these and pull it down even more, so like 50%. Click away, and we're going to save this file through this page, which gets us to page 347. So that's bristle brushes, and again, that mimics what you would see with an actual paintbrush. So that can be really helpful as well.